Oh man, that is nuts. Okay, so don't mind that laughter. I was thinking about something. Today I'm gonna be talking about appeals. Now this is a serious issue because if your appeal fails, guess what? You're doing all that time and start going underneath your bunk, sharpening your knives. It's showtime. This is a mandatory state requirement. Your attorney is supposed to file a notice of appeal with the sentencing court the exact same time you are being sentenced. The judge most likely will ask, will the defendant be appealing? And the attorney will state yes, and you'll be filing a notice of appeal with the court. So once the attorney does that, you are on your way to prison, whatever reception it is you'll be going to. While sitting at a reception or even at the prison you are endorsed, you'll get a letter from one of the appellate programs letting you know who your attorney is going to be, and to give the attorney X amount of time, like 2 to 4 weeks, for them to contact you. So once the state appellate program assigns you an attorney, the state appeals process is simple. The appellate attorney files an appeal to whatever district court it is for your area, for your city. Like for Sacramento, an example is third Appellate District Court. They'll sit on it for probably about 90 days, I think their time limit is, and then they'll either grant, partially grant, or deny. So if you get a denial, what they'll turn around and do is the attorney will file a petition for review to the state Supreme Court. The state Supreme Court has the right to actually to listen to the hearing again, or to just flat out deny hearing it, period. You have up to 366 days, that's a year and a day, to file your notice of appeal with the federal district court. Or that freezes, is on pause if you choose to file a state habeas corpus back to your trial court, to your trial judge. It's laying out everything that took place that you feel you were wrong, constitutional violation, and why the trial court should grant you a new trial and bring you back. Is when you argue your state habeas corpus or any habeas corpus period, really focus on telling the story, showing the violation, telling the court that if this would have took place, then the outcome would have been different, because that's really what all they want to hear, as to how the outcome would have changed before a jury. And what you cannot do is, as you go along, add different stuff to your habeas corpus. With whatever you argue in your trial court, you have to argue just that. In the California Supreme Court, you have to argue that. In the Eastern District, your district federal court, and the Ninth Circuit, you cannot change and add any different stated claims. So just keep it simple. You don't have to write a book or a big story. Just really zero in on telling how the violation affected your trial, how a jury would have turned around and they would have seen that if they would have heard this particular piece of evidence, they would have came out to a different outcome. Even if it had been a partially hung jury to where one person, and then you're good. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you get a judge that actually sees it the way that you do. And then, who knows, maybe you'll get an attorney to come on board, accept the case, and see where you're going with it, pick the ball up and run with it. So for the most part, y'all, just don't quit on yourself, and really it's time to buckle down. It's a state appeals process. The only person you can truly trust is you. Let's get it.